In translation, bridge the gap. Communication so real, no cap. A different language for woman and man. Decode the language and you'll understand. Nah, it'll help you out. Rest assured, women have no doubt. Pillow talk, dinner talk. Give you the info to walk the walk. Nah, sometimes it's a foreign language. Now know what's up, don't mistake it. This'll help you every situation. Empower yourself, it's liberating, yeah. Communication, don't need no speculation. Just get that clarification, then reconciliation. Man translation, yeah. Man translation, yeah.
All right. What's going on, everybody? It's another Sunday. Welcome back to Man Translation, where we talk about everything, cutting edge, everything, trending, everything, conversations all relating to relationships. Why? Because people have problems in their relationships. They can't communicate. You don't understand me. I don't understand you. We don't understand each other. Therefore, we have misunderstandings. So we are back, the mother and son dynamic duo. I'm Sky C, the CEO and producer. This is Dante V, relationship and communication strategist. We come here Sunday after Sunday and we share our experiences to bridge the gap of communication, because the gap needs to be bridged. It's not about men versus women. It's about us uniting and coming together. It's about a unification and a reconciliation. And I really enjoy coming because I feel like we got the dopest show. We talk about the truth. No fluff, real stuff. Real stuff over here. Real stuff. So today we're going to be talking about recognizing energy vampires. Why we want to talk about that? Because one thing that I noticed, like, I'm the type of person, when you're talking to me and I'm listening, I'm actively listening to you, something jumps out at me. It's almost like a word is highlighted and it starts blinking at me. That's how I see it. It starts blinking. And or sometimes it's just a common thread. I might talk to 5 different people and we're talking about 5 different things, but it will be one common thread that everybody is saying, and that will stick out at me. And that one thing this week has been, I'm tired. I'm tired. If I hear one more person say they tired, oh Lord, I'm tired. I'm so tired. And I'm just like, what is making everybody so feel like they're so tired, and people feel like they don't have any energy, and they be like, where you get all that energy from? Let me see. Let me show you where I get my energy from. See this right here? B12. This is where I get my energy from. B12 capsules. Mine come in a capsule. You don't have no energy? Take a B12. So
Is this a paid sponsorship? What's going on? Why are you so aggressive saying B12? What is going on here?
it is not a paid sponsorship. Maybe it should be. Maybe it says extreme energy. So that I just started thinking, why is everybody so tired? Where's the energy going? Who's sucking up all of your energy? So that's what we're gonna be talking about today. How to recognize energy vampires, because they're everywhere. They are everywhere. And if you looked at the flyer that I made, what do they look like? They don't look like monsters. They look like everyday people. They're in your family. They're at your job. They're in the grocery store. They're at your church. They are everywhere. Everywhere. They everywhere. So you have to recognize them, and you have to learn to take your power back. You have to guard yourself against the energy vampires. That's so cute how you do that, Dante. I'm waving at myself. Hey, on the screen. What's wrong?
How many pills you took?
how many B12s I took? Four. I took four. I took four. Four.
All right. Okay. All right.
So the first thing we do on this show, in order to get on the same page in your relationship and your communication, the first thing you must do is what? Da 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 da. Define. Because your definition and my definition of a word, it may not be the same definition. So on this show, the first thing we do is get on the same page and we agree on what the definition is going to be. Because why? We have hundreds of definitions to words. Hundreds. You look up a word, some words is pages and pages of definitions. So we have to, I've learned over the years that people have different definitions to words. So let's get on the
Uh-uh.
same page. What is an energy vampire? An energy vampire is a person who feeds off your emotional energy. People who display energy vampire traits generally lack empathy or consideration. Yeah, lack empathy and consideration. So they feed off of your energy. They feed off of your energy. Like we talked a little bit about introverts and extroverts. I was, sharing part of my experience as to why I'm not interested in being married because I don't want anybody in my space. I enjoy being in my space by myself because I garner energy from being alone. And so I really, it's annoying for me for somebody to constantly be in my space all the time. Like, I have to be able to be alone with my own thoughts and be alone with my own self. And it's really interesting because a lady popped up in my feed who said she made the decision at 5 years old that she didn't want to have children or be married. And I'm working right now trying to get her on the show. I was 15 when I made the decision. She's smart. She's smart. And because I think that we need to see different perspectives. That's the thing. We are so tagged into social norms and doing what is the status quo that we're afraid to step out of that box because we don't want to get the backlash. But I welcome all backlash. I don't have no problem dealing with the backlash. Okay. So we on the same page, energy vampires, Dante.
Yep. I know. Absolutely. I'm ready. Oh, I'm ready. I got stories for days.
And take it away.
No, just people who've gotten. Well, for me, um, dealing with. I don't want to call them friends, but people who thought they were a friend, but every time they come around, it's like your presence alone is what do you want? Because you're not necessarily here for me. You don't really care about what it is I'm going through, how I'm feeling. It's just your issue, your problem. You need advice. You need something. You need to vent. Whatever. It's like now. Granted, there are some friendships out there. You can pick up the phone and call them and just immediately just go into whatever you're going through. That's completely fine, but that takes years to get to. The people who I've dealt with, no, it's well, what about this and what about this? Hey, no. Mm-mm. And then the moment you draw the line in the sand, you're the asshole. You're the mean person. You're all these things. And it's like, fine, I'll be that. Just take you and your issues away from me. Because the moment you divulge or you give that advice, you have to keep giving it. They keep coming back. And it's like, they're not there for you. They're there for them. And they give you your problem. I'm sorry, they give you their problem. You take it on as yours. And it's like they're sitting back. Life is good. Life is fine. Meanwhile, you're scrambling, it's trying to find an answer for them. No, I've dealt with that entirely too many times. And again, if I have to be the villain in your story, I don't care. Just take your issues and your story away from
And it's interesting because I think when I first started to like when I first joined like the intercessory prayer at church, and then when I was over the prayer line, you're just used to hearing people's problems all the time, and you're used to like really praying for people, all the time. I had to learn how to not take on the burdens of the people that I was praying for.
me. I'm still learning. I'm still there. I just rather not right now. I'm good. I
And
got
what
my
I
own
found
situation.
was that I would take their issues more seriously than they would take their own issues.
Right.
And I would be, I would, once I got off the prayer line, which is one of the reasons I stepped down from the position, was because once I got off the phone with them, I was still concerned about them. So I was continuing to
Hmm.
pray for them, pray for their situation. I was getting up 12, 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning, praying about them, praying about their situation. I was more invested in their situation and getting an answer than they were. And it just got to the point where it was just like so many people, like it's so many people that have so many problems that have no clue as to how to get an answer. They have no clue. You'll be surprised at the people that go to church every time the church doors is open, but have no relationship, don't know how to tap in, do not know how to get an answer, don't know how, you know what I'm saying? You give your life to the Lord so you won't be lost. And then you go to church and you still lost, and you still lost. There are so many lost people at church. You would not believe the stuff that people be going through and the stories that people be telling. So some of the biggest energy vampires that you will find
Mm.
at the church has, and when they find out you know how to get a prayer through, your
Oof.
phone will be ringing off the hook constantly and consistently.
Ain't nobody
Which is
got
the
time for that.
reason why when I come here, I don't really like, how people come on and they be doing Bible study and all that stuff. People need practical. I can sit here, we can do Bible study. I can sit here and I can quote scriptures to you from A through Z, but that's not going to help you. You need people who have walked through the scriptures and can give you answers and can give you practical things for you to do, okay, to walk up out of that situation that you are in, which is this is something else that people don't do a lot of. So you have to really protect your energy. You really do. At all costs, you have to protect your energy.
Hmm. Because a lot of times, like you said, you're taking their situation on more serious than they are. But it's like when it comes down to it, and I'm really not the type for reciprocation, like the same level I do something I expect you. But also with that being said, if I can't come to you with issues or problems, why are we doing this?
Well, normally you can't. Because they don't have answers for their life. What make you think they're gonna have answers for your life? They don't have any answers for their own life. They're not going to be able to help you. So you might as well go ahead and cancel Christmas on that one. They're not. I don't even bother to be trying to call the people that call me with problems and stuff all the time. I don't call them for nothing, nothing, because they don't have nothing for you. They don't. But we are really in a time where we are in a very highly narcissistic environment, and it's everywhere. And I think people are not like it's being exposed. And I know the word narcissism is being overused, it seems like, but it's really not, because it's being exposed, because you didn't have a name for what the thing was. See, in order for something to be eradicated from your life, you got to be able to identify what it is. You got to give it a name. In order for it to be cast out, you got to first give it a name. And so we are dealing with, it's everywhere. We're dealing with it mainly with our government. You're saying, you're seeing how our government is taking care of a whole nother country, but we have all these issues in this country. And you're saying, like, how do you go over there and take care of these folks over here, but you're not taking care of the people over here? Well, that is a huge narcissistic trait. Huge. Narcissists will treat their family like trash and go right over in somebody else's family and treat them like gold, because it's an image that you're trying to uphold. It's all about image and what you look like. It is all about validation. So and it's like, you ever notice how they don't even say God bless the United States of America? They say God bless America. America and the United States of America is two totally different things. America is basically Klan people, white supremacy. The United States of America, that's everybody. You know what I'm saying? If you ever notice, when the president, he don't say God bless the United States of America, he say God bless America, because they know. So we are dealing with these energy vampires on the level of the government. We're dealing with them, friends, family members, colleagues, acquaintances, your children, your son, your daughter, your romantic partners. They're everywhere. So you have to be able to recognize the traits so that you can protect your energy. Right now, you need to be protecting your energy, because I'm telling you, people are walking around, they're tired, they're frustrated, they're stressed out, and they don't know why. Why are we tired? Why is everybody tired?
I know why. I know why. Because it's that mental tiredness. Of course, once the mental goes, everything else is like, I just need to take a nap. Like, you're not even hungry. I just want this day to be over. That mental.
You're being bombarded with so much negativity. That's draining within itself. This negative thing, that person, they talking about cloning and all of this other stuff. All these things are being exposed. All of these distractions. The government is doing this. Something else is going on over there. It's another pandemic coming. Oh, the weather. They about to block the sun out. Like, all of this stuff is too much. You got to put up a shield and say, wait. Hold up. All of that? No. You can't let all of that stuff in. You have to literally fortify yourself. And let me tell you, I'm an expert at it, because I grew up around death, killing, murder, rape, drama, fighting, cussing, arguing, thieving, stealing, every negative thing you can imagine. When you grow up in the projects, you are exposed to it every single day. It's not one day you're going to get up and you're not going to see somebody dead, or walk over a dead body, or hear about somebody that died. Every day. Every single day. So you have to really protect yourself from it at all costs. Because you will lose your mind. And not only that, it will start to infect you. You need a really good dose of, let me see what this is. Yes. Hey, T! Part of my self-care routine is logging off social media and disconnecting from people for a while. Yes, and me too, T. Oh, Lord, yes. I'm very sensitive to energies or spirits. I'm getting ready to do a shirt that say I see spirits, because I do. So yes, and when you're sensitive, oh my God, some days, and that's why people don't realize that. Like, I'm not being rude, but I'm picking you up. Like, if you get within 10 feet of me, I'm picking up your energy. I'm picking you up. I am picking you up. And sometimes it's too much stimulation. It's too much. And I'm not even going to tell you how deep my gift goes. I ain't even going to tell you. When you gift it, it's a whole nother level. It's a whole nother level. Okay. So it's more than even just picking up energy. You know what I'm saying? You could read people's thoughts. You could tell what people ate for breakfast this morning. All kind of stuff be coming through about people. I'd be like, you know what? It's too much. I just went to the movies with my daughter to see something we went to go see. And I was picking up all kind of stuff from the movie. And then I was gonna go. Then I left to go see the child trafficking movie. What's it called? Something, The Sound of Freedom or something.
Okay.
I couldn't even sit in that. I sat in that movie 10 minutes and had to go. I couldn't even sit in it. I already had to talk to myself to go see the movie because I knew that all of it was going to be coming at me. So I just kind of talked to myself and said, okay, because I can't stand when people do stuff to children. Like, I cannot stand when people do stuff to children, especially sexual things. Like, that is the worst. Nothing will change your child more than being raped and molested. Nothing will change your child more than that. That's just like somebody took a syringe and just injected demons into your child's soul. That's just what that's like. She said, as an empath, I also take on other people's energy. So I definitely have to be super careful of who I allow myself to engage with and what I allow myself. Yes, absolutely. I'm right there with you. But see, I try not to take it on. And that's what I really want to talk about.
Oof.
You will take it on. You will.
That's the hard part. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
Especially if you care. It's like, let me take this burden off of you, and then you end up taking it on by yourself. Yeah.
Well, the thing is that, for me, because I'm a praying person, I've learned to take it off of them and then give it to God. I take it off of them and I give it to God, because we are not designed to carry it. Our bodies are not supposed to carry it. That's why when we carry negative energy for too long in our bodies, it turns to disease. It turns to disease. And so, I was just listening to a guy. He was talking about, if you're in a narcissistic relationship for a long period of time, he was breaking down how it creates brain damage. It calls it brain damage. Absolutely. Because we're not designed to, constantly be in a stressful environment, constant stress all the time, because that releases cortisol, which triggers so many different things in your body. And, it's like the way we're made up, our bodies are not designed to constantly carry any negativity. That's why people that have unforgiveness, the doctors are now literally making the connection between cancer and unforgiveness. They are literally now treating cancer patients, teaching them how to forgive, because people that carry unforgiveness, they are literally opening up themselves to cancer, because it's eating away. We're not designed to carry it. Our bodies are not designed to carry any negativity, any kind. And so, because we are dealing with this everywhere, it's all around us, it's everywhere. Our children are dealing with it. We have to really, learn how to deal with this so that we can help our children. Children get stressed out too.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. But some parents are quick to tell them you too young to know about stress. You too young to do this, or you too young for that. It's like, no, they get stressed out too.
Yes.
They might not be able to identify it, but they get stressed out.
And they pick up things too. And they pick up, when I was a little girl, that's when I first started seeing things in the spirit. That's when I first started seeing it. I never shared anything that I saw or felt or anything, but that's when and it's like as you get older, it doesn't go away. It just gets stronger.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? It just gets stronger. And I think that, horror movies have tried to kind of desensitize us and make us think that, people that are zombies or people that are, vampires or whatever, they have to look a certain way. No, they look human, just like
Uh-huh.
they look like everyday people. They may not look like that on the inside, but that's what they look like on the outside. They look just regular, like regular people. There's no way that we could grow up with this much trauma and be okay. There's no way. There's
Hmm.
no way. And now, you're an adult and you don't even really know how to even unpack all the stuff that you carry from a child. And people become conditioned to the dysfunction. It becomes normal. All these behaviors become normal. And so that's why we talk about these hard conversations on the show, because no, you can't take on other people's energy. One of the things that I'm studying, because I am writing a book on narcissism, because my life was so affected by it, and I didn't have a name for it at the time that I was going through it. I didn't have a name for it. I didn't know what those behaviors were. I saw the behaviors. I didn't know, what the name of it was. But now that I've been like really doing a really deep dive into it, one of the things that I've been studying is soul murder.
Oh,
And it is it's like when you carry bitterness and anger and unforgiveness and all of these negative things, it hardens you. It
yeah.
literally murders your soul. It literally hollows you out, because what happens is after a while you become numb. You become so desensitized and you become so numb that it's just like a person who, like, in business, you have people that you work with, that you coach, and you're trying to get them to understand that wealth has a certain mindset, but they've been conditioned for scarcity for so long that every time they went to go try to do something and they were disappointed, there's a hardening that happens. And when your soul is murdered, it's a slow process, because you're not designed to carry all of that negativity. So after a
Mhm.
while, you just become indifferent. You just numb. You don't feel nothing about nothing, because you've been disappointed so much. You've dealt with
And
so
then,
much heartache. You've dealt with so much heartbreak. You've been lied to so much. Your soul is literally being murdered because it's hardening you.
it's almost like you get to a point where it's damn near expected. Like you expect people to just to mess up and be a disappointment or just not be there or wherever they said they were going to do, you ain't gonna do it. Like it does get. I've been there too many times, too many,
You
and you
didn't
do
cry.
become numb.
You didn't cry so much. You don't even have no more tears to even cry.
Uh-huh.
So therefore, you're literally being zapped of your compassion, of your empathy. Your humanity is being killed. Soul murder is a real thing. It is a real thing because we think that a zombie is somebody, you know, walking around like this in the movies. No,
No.
you can be zombified. Like you don't want to hear nobody problems. You don't want to hear it. Like I done heard enough. I don't want to hear no more. I don't. You don't want to deal with no problems. You don't want to deal with it. You don't want to hear it. You don't want to deal with it. No, you're becoming zombified.
More like just going through the motions of life and being emotionless as well. Like
Yeah.
something dramatic can happen. You're just like, all right.
Well,
Okay.
your emotions is a part of your soul. Your emotions are a part of your soul. Your personality is a part of your soul. Your intellect. Your intellect. You don't even want to. You get to the point you've been disappointed so much. You don't even want. You scared to make a decision about anything. You don't want. You don't
Decision
even trust
decision
yourself.
fatigue is a thing.
Yes. You don't want to make no decisions no more. Every decision you done made didn't turn out right.
Mhm.
Every person you chose to be with didn't turn out right.
Oh,
You don't want to make decisions about anything anymore. You don't even have the mental capacity because your soul is being murdered. Your intellect, that's where you do your reasoning and then your will is where you make your decisions. Your will. You don't even you so zapped out. You don't even have no. You're supposed to have power. Your will's supposed to have power. Your soul's supposed to have power. Doesn't have any power because it's so many energy vampires that you're being sucked dry, and you don't even realize why. And that's why we having this conversation on this show today. They're attracted to you because they unconsciously desire to resolve a deeper problem within their psyches and they perceive you as the solution to their problem.
please
I,
unattract. Please unattract yourself from me. Please. No, you don't get it. Like it's one thing to call up your parent or the person just to give you some sort of guidance. But you call them every 5 minutes or every time an issue comes up or every time there's a problem. Why? How come you can't figure this out on your own?
because there's nothing left. What did I just say, Doctor? I'm telling you, this
I
soul
hear
murder.
you.
Because let
No,
me tell
I
you,
hear you. I understand. But at the
it
it gets
literally. Have you ever seen a fossil? A fossil is when something hardens. When you harden, when your soul, when you carry unforgiveness year after year, you done carried a grudge since you was 7 about something that somebody did to you that they don't forgot they did or never even knew they did. You 27, you've been carrying this grudge for 20 years. You don't think that it's having no effect on you whatsoever that you
no,
carrying
absolutely. And again, I've talked to people. I've talked to many people, and it's always the,
many?
the, the, the common the common root. And it's like fix it. Like if you're able to identify what is wrong or where something went wrong, and you're able to fix it. Don't care what anyone says. But you hold it like I think Kevin Hart was one who said it's like it takes more time and energy to hold on to something negative
It does.
than to deal with it.
It does.
Even if even if you don't get all that, okay, fine, all right. But I'm not gonna keep every day. I don't like this person. You hold that all day. And meanwhile, they not thinking about you. They probably don't even give a damn.
But the thing
You
is
holding on to
that
that.
when you are fossilized or you harden on the inside, you're hollow. You're like a bottomless pit. That's why you sucking up everybody's energy, because you're hollow. There's nothing there. So that's why it's important for you to protect your energy. We think of energy vampires as horror movies, people that go around and suck your blood. They may not be sucking your blood literally, but they are sucking the life out of you.
Yes. Because anytime you leave a conversation, one is one side. They're just dishing everything on you. And by the time that person's done, you feel drained. That person gotta go. That's too much. They can't deal with their own problems, so they put them on you. And you don't have to listen to it.
The energy vampires prey on others because they are in pain.
Some of you, dog.
Just think about it. You cannot, the word talks about anger as fire. You can't carry fire in your bosom and not get burned. Anger is literally like carrying fire. So what does that show up as in your body? What does that show up as in your body? Inflammation. Let me go grab this book real quick since I see it. It's one of the few times that I could go grab a book that I'm talking about something. Because normally, child, I gotta go dig for it. Go ahead, Dante, talk.
I don't know. You want to grab a book about stress?
Because we kind of like talking about it. I didn't realize we were going to talk about it. I never know how these conversations are going to go. But anyway, oh Lord, this book, let me see if you can see it. It's called A More Excellent Way, Be in Health. And in this book, he talks about how you carry negative energies and how it shows up as diseases in your body. It is a very excellent book. If you guys get a chance, please go purchase it. A More Excellent Way. No, I'm not getting any money or for pushing this book. I've had this book for years. I've had this book for a really long time, but it really talks about how certain diseases, and they're starting to really find this. The doctors are starting to find that is really true, because we are spirit, and we have to get down to the root of when we talk about energy. Energy and spirit is the same thing. It's interchangeable. And so we're carrying around anger. When you carry around anger, it creates inflammation. It creates inflammation in your body. Your body is literally on fire. And because your body is trying to protect itself, it kind of releases extra fluid because it's trying to put the fire out. And that fire is anger. You're carrying anger in your body, and you don't even probably remember what you're even angry about, because you didn't deal with anger at the time that you was angry.
Nope.
You carried it. So the energy vampires, they're in pain. And just like T said, they're attracted to empaths. Why? Because empaths care. They have a lot of care and concern and patience, and they want to help people. So they just gonna put a straw in them and just suck.
I've been there. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. No, it's like, again, I'm okay. We gonna protect the innocent. But I had someone calling me almost every day about the same issue, the same person, same scenario. Hey, here's what you need to do. Do A, B, C, D. Do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Next day, same thing. Now it's just to the point where it's like, why are you calling me? What is the purpose? But I've been talking to you saying you need to do this, 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 and this, and you've never done none of those things.
Well, because the thing is that you have to be careful because they will become codependent because they already have
Mm-mm.
codependency issues anyway. When you're dealing with people that are energy vampires, vampires they have to suck on somebody, so they already have codependency traits as it is.
Get your lips off me.
And so if you open yourself up, this is what we're talking about. You have to, number one, when I transition from like, well, not really transition, well, but I guess you can say transition, but from doing ministry and then, dealing with people on a one-on-one, you have to set a time limit. You got to say, hey, listen, my time is valuable. We can't be on the phone with your problem for 8 hours. Okay, you got a time limit. Okay, we're gonna do this is gonna be a 1 hour session.
I ain't got that in me. You got
When
15 minutes.
you
Get to the
go
point.
to when you go to your therapist or your psychiatrist, you don't be in their office all day. You be in there 45 minutes, and they start telling you when it's getting time. Okay, you got 5 more minutes.
Wrap it up, B. Wrap this up.
Because most of the time, by the time they calling and talking to somebody, this problem has been going on. This is a long-term, lifelong thing that they're going to have to deal with because they have swept this thing under the rug year after year after year. Now that they finally want to talk to somebody about it, it's going to take for the rest of their life. That's why people don't want to deal with stuff, because when you get to unraveling, when you start unraveling all the stuff that's going on inside of you, yeah, yeah, mm-hmm. It's going to take for the rest of your life. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, exactly. Setting boundaries is the best solution for dealing with mentally and emotionally draining people. Yes, yes. You better put a boundary up there. You have to.
No, I just cut them off. I can't. I can't do that. That's just me,
Well,
though.
it
Listen.
depends. We're going to get into like the different kinds, but setting time limits, putting up boundaries, it's very important that you create some structure because remember, you have to protect yourself. Because remember, in the horror movie of the vampire, if he suck you, if he bites you, you
That's
turn
it.
into a vampire too.
Yeah, no, I ain't got time.
So I can't let you dump all your negative stuff on me. The next thing time you see me, I'm angry and bitter and got all this stuff going on. No, no, no. No, no, no. We can't. No, no, no,
They
no.
call you about it.
I cannot, if helping you is destroying me, then that means I can't help you. Because I can't destroy me in the process of helping you. That's
Mm-hmm.
not going to be it. So they're in pain. They're in pain and they leave you feeling drained because they're incapable of taking care of themselves. So as a result, we feel tired and fatigued. So when people tell me they're tired, the first thing I ask them is that, well, who have you been around? Like, who have you been around? Who have you been talking to? That's like now a staple question. Who have you been around? Who have you been talking to? Like, what have you been doing? Because we can't stay plugged into social media. We can't stay plugged into the TV. And you got, just like T said, you got to unplug. You're not missing anything. Trust me. Because you know why? Because it's like a soap opera. It's going to continue to keep going on and on and on and on and on. It's going to be one thing after another. We're dealing with narcissistic government. If you think they can't stoop any lower, they're going to keep stooping low.
Hold my beer. Watch this.
Yeah. How low can you go? They're going to keep, you can be like, my God, no, yes, they did. because you're dealing with, and you know, the to me, the thing that is horrible about it is the lies that get told. Like at a blink of an eye, they just tell a lie. They lie so much they don't even, the truth ain't nowhere near in these people. Not even a little bit of truth. So that means that truth represents light. That means you don't have no light. That means you just dark. Like you just dark. Like and empty. That's another thing you have to realize. These people, souls have been murdered. They're empty. They're in pain and they're empty. You cannot carry around grudges and anger and bitterness, and you don't know how to deal with nobody. You want to block everybody. You need to confront this stuff. All that blocking people and all that, it's not going to help your social skills. It's not going to help your conflict resolution skills. It's not going to help your negotiating skills. You need to face it. Deal with it. But like, y'all, no, bro. No, bro. We not going to be doing that. Let me tell you how this going to go. Yeah. They don't like you because you speak your mind, whatever. But I bet you I'm not walking around with all this junk on the inside of me.
Not only that, if you don't like because I'm speaking my mind, you don't have to be here.
Don't have to be here. But people are chronically fatigued because they are left being drained because these people are incapable of taking care of themselves. They're incapable. They're codependent. And as long as you answer the phone, they're going to call. You keep answering the phone, they're going to call. You have to tell them, look, I can be on the phone with you for 30 minutes. After that, I got to go.
Nope, I'm busy. I got stuff to do. That doesn't involve this. Spending time with you, I can't get that back. So we got to do something valuable. This ain't it. And especially if we go over the same thing over and over and over again. You ain't learned your lesson. I ain't it. Let me know.
So you got to draw the line, set the boundaries, and learning how to identify them is key. Like all that gossiping, all of that stuff comes back on you. You can't sit around and talk about people and think that those words are not going to come back on you. You can't. Just like right now, what's trending? Let me tell you what's trending. What popped up in my feed before I came on here. Just hilarious. And the transgender is trending now. You know what I said to Jess on her page? Jess, let me tell you something. First of all, you got to pick and choose your fights. That's number one. Now, whether she answers me back, I don't know. But number two, there is no way that I am going to waste my time. Okay, this is the so-called fight. The transgender against the real woman. The transgender saying that you don't have a monopoly on periods and some other foolish crap that came out of their mouth. First of all, I am not going to waste my time fighting lies. Okay? I'm not going to waste my time fighting with false when I'm real. Okay? I am a real, natural born woman. Actually, I am a female. We started out female. The word said he called them women. Anybody can dress up as a woman, but everybody can't be a female. I am a female. Okay? You are a male dressed up like a woman, and you're trying to challenge me. And you think I'm going to waste my time defending myself against something that is false? I don't think so. I said, girl, don't waste your time. Real women do not have to defend themselves against anything false. You a wannabe. You a wannabe me. And you think I'm going to waste my time defending myself? See, she's letting that negativity come in. I don't care what you say. You can say anything about women that you want to say. Okay? You can slice it and dice it, it's still going to be a penis and not a puss. Okay? Slice it and dice it, flip it inside out, do whatever you want to do to it. It's still going to be a penis. Point blank and period. This is not a discussion, and it's not up for discussion. So I told her don't waste her time. I don't never argue against lies. Say whatever you want to say, think whatever you want to think, do whatever you need to do. I'm the real deal. Okay? And you think I'm going to argue with you? With your false self? I mean, if you want to dress up as a woman, cool. Go ahead. Knock yourself out all day long. Where you get that dress from? Thank you. Shoot. All day. And that's what we do. They draw us in to these false arguments to do what? To feed off our energy. And you feed into it. Not happening. Ain't no way in the world. That's just like a counterfeit, a real money arguing with counterfeit money. Where they do that at?
More often than not, actually. That is actually a thing.
I'm real. You know, I can't be replaced. Can't nobody beat me being me. And you sure can't beat me being a female. So making statements like whatever that stuff you over there talking. Yeah. Go stand in the mirror and talk that to you. Because don't nobody over here want to hear it. Okay. Tell yourself anything you want to tell yourself. Okay. While the doctors still get rich off of slicing you and dicing you up. T said, well, ignorant, T. Ignorant. Just ignorant. Not even ignorant. That's just straight ignorant. She said, also being a woman is experience and not everyone shares the same experience. Does that make them less of a woman? No, also not every trans woman feels like that. Like she needed to just have kept that to herself. Like just go ahead and get your little dressing shoes and wig and your little eyelashes and lipstick and go on about your business now. Nobody wasn't even bothering you. We trying to have fun. You want to be a woman, be whatever it is you wanted, but don't come over here trying to challenge the real deal. Don't come over here messing with it. And I knew Flame was going to get in there. I knew Flame Monroe was going to get in there.
Who?
Because I was going to tell Jess, you need to go hook up with Flame. Flame is a man that dresses up, you know, as a woman, but always gives the natural born woman her respect. Always. Like always. You know what I mean? So yeah, I knew Flame was gonna get in there and put her 2 cents in. You know what I mean? Like you can be whatever you want to be, but people be trying to just get upset because you don't agree with their way of thinking.
No, their level of it's like because you do not agree with them, the extreme is you hate them or you dislike them or you don't value them as a people. Where it's like, no, I just don't agree with you.
Well, no, now they're trying to say that Jess is transphobic. You're not transphobic. It's about the truth. You cannot come up against a woman, somebody that's born a female. You're not a female. You're a male. I don't care how much makeup, wig, eyelashes, shoes, dresses. I don't care what you do. You will never be a female. It's not even an argument. It's not. Ain't nobody trying to come up against no trans nothing. Ain't nobody wasn't even bothering them. Just like T said, she got on there and said some old ignorant stuff and thought nobody wasn't going to say nothing because the LGBTQ, ABCDEFG, WX community always try to be bullying people. And anytime somebody say anything against anything that they have to say, you got to be homophobic or whatever. Or, you know what I mean? Nobody's homophobic. We just operate in truth. You operate in your truth, we operate in ours. Point blank and period. Like whatever. Like I never, and people are so intimidated by them. Right. She just chose to entertain the energy, so that's on her. She could have disagreed and kept it going, but no, she chose to drag down trans women as a whole. And that's why I said she should have just left it alone. I'm not gonna argue with you about me. I'm a female, and you're gonna make a statement. Cause why? Cause you want my energy. Now it's a whole, this is what's trending. This is a perfect example. This is what's trending right now. This energy. And Jess, she fed right into it. Right. She fed right into it. Like let just let them be who they gonna be. I don't think she should have responded at all. If she feels as though whatever, like whatever. I'm a real woman. I am not going to argue with somebody that's false. Not going to do it. Especially when I know by the spirit why you the way you are when you don't even know. Now we could go real deep. We could go real deep with it. For real. So that's why because I know people not ready for the conversations that I bring to the table. Because I come from the spiritual part of it. And I done talked to way too many people, and I know a lot of them are in pain, and a lot of them don't even want to be the way that they are. Okay? And the fight and the struggle and the years of wanting to kill themselves and the years of depression. Like this stuff is more than about all this stuff that's on the surface that we don't even bother to talk about, especially in the African American community. All the rape and molestation that goes on in our community that we never address. We never address it.
Yeah.
We never address it. So that right there is a perfect example of energy vampires. So we talked about the boundaries. What else? Oh God. These are the people.
No, because like that whole victim mentality. Excuse my language, but that shit's played. Oh well, they did this to me and they did that. It's like, okay, even if that's the case, why are you still around? Like you still chose to be there to some degree, and I get that. Something. When you're in it, it feels like you have no way out. But I've met too many people who played the victim, but weren't the actual victim. They were the one causing all the mess, but because of sleight of hand, and nothing against women, but it's generally the women who I've talked to. It's like you've got some issues. It's you, and then when you call them out on it, you're wrong. No, we don't. No, the whole victim mentality. No, well, everyone's always doing this to me. You're not that much of a talker, sweetie, at all. At all.
We're gonna have to do a part 2. It's going on 8:00. Oh my God, already.
Yeah.
We just now getting to the good part. So we're gonna do a part 2. We definitely going to do a part 2 like next week. This is a subject we need to really do a deep dive in, because this negative sucking of energy, man, this is everywhere. And this is the thing. I want to close with this. You cannot fulfill your purpose when you are tired, frustrated, and stressed out and distracted. That's what I want to get to. I want to get to that part. You cannot accomplish any of the things that you're supposed to be accomplishing when you have no energy. So Dante, close us out. We're gonna come back next week.
That was it. I'll see you all next week, part 2. We're gonna talk about this thing.
Next week.